Hey, hi there. It's Dream Von Golden live today from the back streets of Camden, and I hope the signal is okay. So today we're going to look at a point that's quite good for anybody to perfect this, and this conversational point today is just to talk about your own life and to summarize it in a way that you could retell it. It's kind of based on the concept of an elevator sales speech. Hey, Brady. The elevator sales speech is the really limited amount of time that you have. Hi, yeah, Dennis. Amount of time that you've got to really get your thoughts together and sell something really quickly. And the thing that we don't really talk about most of our time is ourselves. It's against the culture to really boast or something like that. But knowing enough about how to sell yourself and the highlights of your life, that's kind of what we're looking at today. So the original concept was to talk about your life in 4 minutes, but 4 is not a really good number in Japan, so I'm going to do it in 5 minutes and just make it a little easier. Hey, Steve. So I'm going to look at my watch and make sure that I keep to the time limits on this and just give a brief synopsis of my life. See, I'm a country kid. I was born in a country town, and that place was really dry. It was on far away from Sydney, about 400 kilometers inland. Not too good for swimming. We had like a little river there, and at summertime it was almost just a couple of ponds of tepid, leech-infested water. So I used to learn about swimming real quick across the river and try not to pick up too many leeches on the way. Then the point about the country town was it was a little bit limited. But fortunately, as a kid, I was quite lucky to have some pretty cool parents, and I got into rocks when I was quite young. And I actually started my own little business when I was about 10 years old, making jewelry that was sold in the shop in town. My dad always said that I was going to become a millionaire because I was really thrifty. Then, about my mid-teens, I got into the National Institute for Dramatic Art. That was through a scholarship for a summer program. And that was a pretty cool thing because that really opened up my world to different lifestyle and so many different people in that class. It was incredible. Like, there was a Playboy centerfold model in that group, and there was a Elle McPherson. She was a supermodel later. She was doing her first acting thing there, and a punk rocker. It was a pretty cool experience. And in the beginning, I was very bewildered as a country kid. What the hell does a country kid do in sophisticated kind of training like this? But then I realized that the only big difference that I had to the others was that I won a scholarship, and they were all paying to be there. So I was pretty happy about that. When I got to 17, I had my first major accident. I rolled the car 5 times. The weird thing was that I was so concussed when I came out of it that the car eventually finished up in the front paddock of my mother's property. So it seemed very surreal to me. And when the police came along to check out what was going on, I had a pretty strong feeling that I was dreaming everything because it didn't make sense. So one of the cops was playing nice cop and the other cop was playing bad cop, and I was actually telling the bad cop that I was going to go and talk to the nice guy. Hey, Simo, Yoshitaka. And the moral to the story was that it was really happening, and so bizarre that I crashed on my front property. But I think the point where I left my hometown and I moved to Europe, that's when my life really opened up. And the steps along the way of being a mini entrepreneur when I was young and sort of having the confidence to go out in the big world and find things for myself, that was the defining difference of, I think, a great upbringing, great parents. My mother and father always taught us kids to be independent and have a bit of a dream and go for it. So that's my life story. I think I've kept it under 5 minutes. I'm not going to go on to my time in Europe because that would just make it too long. But the question to everyone today is more of a statement, and it's a concept of trying to summarize yourself into those big major turning points in your life that you can sell to other people, and it really shows you how you defined your outlook, your philosophy, and how you became the person that you became. So this is Dream Von Golden, and I've just been live for the 11th time. I hope you enjoyed it. Do some likes and do some comments at the bottom there if you did enjoy it. I'll be back tomorrow. Still got a little bit of a headache, but I should be 100% by tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in. See you all later. Ciao.